to cut off power and seriously disrupt the many sources of technology that we've become to depend on. For more on the potential danger and what can be done to prepare, I spoke a brief time ago with Michio Kaku. He's the author of Physics of the Impossible. Professor Kaku, thanks for coming on the program again. Should we be scared of the sun?
Yes. Every 11 years, the sun throws a temper tantrum and unleashes a solar tsunami throughout outer space. In a worst-case scenario, I repeat, worst-case scenario, property damage could be over $1 trillion, power could be wiped out through most of the continents of the world, billions of dollars in property damage throughout many cities, and there could be food riots, collapse of what we call Western civilization may take place.
Hang on, Professor. Are you really trying to scare us here? I mean, is this seriously a possibility?
That's right. NASA and the scientists in this country are taking this very seriously. You see, we are very young in the space age, and every 11 years the sun flips the North Pole and the South Pole, releasing a burst of solar energy. So far, we've dodged the bullet, but we're very young in the space age. In 1859, all hell broke loose when we had telegraph wires. Telegraph wires were pretty much wiped out because of this gigantic solar storm 150 years ago. If something like that were to happen again, when we have hundreds of satellites, tremendous power grids around the world, it could cause untold havoc. And again, that's a worst-case scenario. We expect that in the year 2012, there could be more solar activity because that coincides with the next sunspot cycle. Yeah. Chances are nothing will happen, but we have to be prepared for a solar tsunami.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'll start tonight, quite frankly. Is there anything we can do about this other than drinking ourselves into a stupor?
NASA scientists have laid out many things we can do. First of all, we should start to have backup systems, and our power grid should be reinforced to handle outages from outer space. In 1989, power in Canada was partially disrupted because of a solar storm that took place. Our satellites have to be reinforced, and we have to make sure that our communications network especially remain intact in case of a worst-case scenario. Now, the lesson of Katrina, for example, was that the inevitable inevitably happens. And we were